Hello guys, it's Glamit here. I've got my tea here. You guys know I love my tea. Today, I actually have something important to talk to you guys about. Something I'm beginning to realize is a lot of people, a lot of guilds are starting to skip GOTB. So many people are trying to find these guilds that do GOTB and there's just no guilds available for it. And as a result, I'm starting to see people not farming geos. I'm mainly looking at newer accounts I'm reviewing. There's a lot of accounts I'm starting to see that are skipping geos entirely because there's no real reason for them in their mind to do this, and it's causing a massive dilemma. Honestly, I think this is the biggest issue facing the game right now. So for example, the guild I'm in is a very well-known guild. It's the Senate, that's the Alliance, and I'm in Ilum, right? Very, very good guild. But I am shooting up. Like, my account, I shouldn't be in it. This guild is fantastic. Like, if I just went and showed you one of the accounts in here, for example, let's just go to one of the offices, and I'll show you the sorts of people that I'm in a guild with today. 7 million GP, and this is a very, very good guild. So why am I in it? And honestly, the reason being, the position I'm in, I already have what Tambor. Like you can see, guys, he's 6-star, not that long, not that far away. And this guild's already transitioned to ROTE, and a lot of guilds are doing so. So they just can't, and I spoke to the recruiter, and they just can't find any recruits. Every recruit they want in that 3, 4, 5 mil bracket is going for JMK, or they just want what Tambor, maybe for Trench, maybe for other reasons. So there's no recruits there. And for the guild, it makes zero sense for them to switch back to GOTB. Because the issue is here, guys, that the rewards they're getting in ROTE are better. So there's no reason for the guild to switch. The players aren't there. There's no players at the moment. There's just like a vacuum of players, and it's kind of a big issue for guilds. So today, what I really want to do is I want to break down whether it is really worth it for bigger guilds or just guilds like this, like the one I'm in, 260 million, to be moving already to ROTE. I feel like this is something where a lot of people are going to say, of course, it makes no sense not to. And I have already established the rewards are better. But you need to find the balance between rewards, like gaining a certain amount of rewards. You know, for example, this guild, I can't remember what they got last time, but they may get, 16, maybe 16 to 18 stars, which is very, very good. But is it worth doing that if it means that the level of the recruit you're getting is declining? And I'll use my account as an example. Remember, guys, this account isn't terrible, but it's not a great account by any stretch of imagination. If I was to sort by power, you can see I've basically got SLKR done, Rex done for when I go cam. He was quite an easy gear. Then I'm doing Ewoks for platoons. But other than that, there's not really much substance to my account, and I've just got into this amazing guild. So clearly there's an issue. I would break it down this way, guys. I would say if you're a guild and you're 0 to 100 million GP, you're doing a Hoth. I think Hoth is a must, really, for any guild that's small. Then if you're 100 to 200 million, you need to be doing GOTB. I would still be doing light side Hoth at this point. And then if you're 200 to 250, you're full Geo. 250 and above, it makes sense to do ROTE. However, just remember, guys, it's really, really hard to set yourself apart in ROTE. As someone who's looking for a guild, as someone who's just found a guild, when you're looking, so many guilds, they're getting 15, 16, 17 stars in ROTE, the bracket that I was looking at, and that's good. But there's not much difference between guilds. Now, there may be one guild that's lower GP and they do really well, and that just is amazing, and then you go for them. It makes sense. But there's nothing really to separate. Now, if you're a guild, and I'm telling you now, guys, if you're a guild and you can pull in 30, 35, 40 watch shards a month, you're going to be pulling in some big accounts because of that. Because there are big accounts that are 4, 5, 6, even 7 million GP that want JMK but need what Tambor. You can't buy him, right? He's not in shipments right now. He's not even in the store. You have to do it the slow way. And what I mean by this is you have to do GOTB. So it automatically, you're in that position, you're going to stand out above those other guilds, those guilds in similar brackets. For example, guys, let's just go into the guild screen. This is not how you look for a guild. But if I went into the guild screen here, and we just look at the recommended guilds for me, they're all going to come up here, and we can see it's recommending about 150 million for me. This is what I'm shooting up. The point I was trying to make there, guys, is what difference does it make if there's a guild that gets 15 stars in ROT and 16 stars in ROT, and they're the same GP or similar, and they have a similar territorial record? There's not much to split them. You may, in the end, go for the one that gets less stars because you like the feel of the guild more. But what I'm suggesting is to try and overcome this problem, because I know it is a big problem on the horizon. It's still early days for ROTE. A lot of guilds are now in a point where they've done their last TB for Geo, and they're now progressing forward. So in 1 or 2 months, maybe 3 months, we're going to have a crisis for guild leaders, for guild officers. As someone who used to run a guild, I can fully sympathize with this. But my real suggestion is, if you're in a position where you can guarantee 30, 35, 40 watch shards, you run at least Darkside Geo and then ROT on the side. Or say you're a guild that just does really well in cam, say you get 20 cam, 30 cam, right? Do Lightside Geo and ROT. I'm not saying to just do Geo, especially if you're a 250 million guild. Don't do that. What I'm saying is pick one of the Geos that you excel at and use it to sell yourself. Yes, there will be some people that say, okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to do anything other than ROT. But there's going to also be people who say, okay, I want cam. Okay, I want Geos or what Tambor. And those are the people that are going to come to you. Because if this doesn't change, if guilds keep on going full ROTE, we're going to be in a really weird time and space within the game where so many good accounts are just in limbo. Do they go full ROTE and then miss out on JMK? No, they're going to drop down and down and down. And then, if anything, it prolongs their farm. They're now in a guild that gets 15 watch shards, 20 watch shards. It's going to take even longer. Now, I'm sure that some alliances in the future may have some sort of guild they create that is just a GeoTP guild. So you'd have like the Hoff guild, which I do know some of these exist, that, you know, give you probe droid and Rolo shards. You would then have the Geo guild that gives you cam and what, and then you'd have the more traditional guilds. These would be separate guilds. Maybe they only run during TB. But as a community, especially for those of you who are guild leaders, guild officers, this is a big issue, and you need to sit there and think, is it really worth switching to full ROTE? And this isn't even including the immense resources needed for platoons, and it's not even covering the relic levels you need. I mean, I would say for 90% of people, let's look at my account, for example. Outside of phase one I can do a first order, but outside of phase 1 I can't do anything. I have no relic 6s on this account. Actually, I lied, I have 2, but we're not going to pass any wasted down. And if we had a look at other accounts, you're going to see the second you go from the relic 5 requirements to relic 7, relic 6, you're basically halving the potential of your roster. So my main account currently has 56 relic 7s. Now I have 187 gift 13s, and I only have 4 relic 6s. So basically, the second I go from relic 5 to 6, I'm losing over half my roster. And this is going to be the same for loads of you. Just remember, when you're recruiting new members, when you're making these decisions as guild leaders, don't just think short term, think long term. And I honestly think a lot of guilds, a lot of these 200 to 260 million GP guilds are really going to benefit from taking a few more months before transitioning. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. And as always, have a glowing day.